All right. Well, Steph Curry won the MVP of the NBA regular season this year, and they just announced it yesterday, and then tonight, right before the game here, I just watched it on TV. I'm a little bit behind on the DVR, but they gave him his trophy and all that, and they said that it was the first time that a Golden State Warrior or a Warrior had won the MVP in 55 years. I mean, that's kind of interesting considering today is May 5th, which is 5-5. So, like I said, May 5th is 5-5, and he's the first warrior in 55 years to win that. What's interesting about May 5th, though, um, May 5th, if you add it up, if you write it out like that, and then it's the only day that adds up to 88. Um, Also, before I even go any farther, since the Wizards swept the first round and Golden State swept the first round, that means they won 4 games in the first series, and there's 82 games, 82 games in the regular season, and then they played 5 games. This would be the 6th game, so this is the 88th game for both of these teams, and the Wizards actually lost, which was surprising to me. So now that makes me wonder if Golden State is going to lose as well, and maybe Curry's just going to have an awesome game or something, or maybe he's going to have the worst game he's ever played. I don't know. But thought it was kind of interesting that May 5th actually ties into a bunch of 88 and 37, and that's all interconnected. I've talked about it before, and then the Wizards actually lost, which really surprises me. But anyway, I want to show you a bunch more here. So, like I said, May 5th is the only day that's 88, but the 37th day of the year is February 6th. And it's actually 88 days before May 5th. Pretty interesting. So I also did the mirror of 37, which is 73, and I went 73 days away from before May 5th. And it's actually February 21st, 221, the 52nd day of the year. 52 I've talked about a lot with Michael Jordan. The other day was 5-2. Tons of stuff happened. The royal baby. But it's also 221, and that's very interesting because it's the mirror of 122, and there's a ton of stuff that's 122. Golden State is 122. San Francisco, they play in the San Francisco Bay Area in Oakland, but 122. Pope Francis, 122. Even more interesting is that, so February 21st is the 52nd day of the year. And then if you go to 5-2, which is May 2nd, it's the 122nd day of the year. So it's just mirrors. I mean, 221 is the 52nd day, and then 5-2 is the 122nd day, the mirror of 221. Another thing, I was just bored at work, and I thought of January 22nd would be 122. And then I added 122 days to it, and it brings you to May 24th. And on May 24th, there's 221 days left, so mirrors again. And I've tried this with a whole bunch of other dates, and I could not find any other date that actually did that. So 122, and then you add 122, and it takes you to a day that has 221 days left. Then if you add January 22nd, so 122, it's 257, and 257 is the 55th prime number. So interesting that I figured that out today on 5-5. Also discovered this the other day on from Zachary K. Hubbard. Anyway, Revelation, I knew it equaled 49, but I didn't realize in Pythagorean it was 67 and 121. So Revelation is 49, 67, and 121. It's really interesting because San Francisco, and there's a ton of 49 references that I've talked about with the San Francisco area and whatnot. And that's where the Warriors play. And then the Warriors also had 67 regular season wins this year. So 2 things to do with Revelation. It would be super interesting if all of this stuff added up to 121 and not 122, but it doesn't. And I haven't seen a whole lot of 121 around the Warriors. But these other 2 numbers I have, so I just wanted to point that out. It would be crazy if it was all 3 of them. Anyway, hope that all made sense. I'm actually, the real reason was I wasn't even gonna make this part of the video, but then it just happened to come up. But the real reason I was thinking about Stephen Curry winning the MVP, and every time I think of the word Stefan, I think of Stefan from Family Matters, Steve Urkel's cool alter ego. So I looked up Family Matters. So anyway, Family Matters is, I call it Urkel. That's what I've always called it. But so hopefully people remember the show Urkel. It's actually based in Chicago too, which is pretty interesting with Obama. But this is just crazy here. So I looked up the episode list of Family Matters, and I remembered there was an episode where Steve Urkel was really good at basketball, but no one would believe him. And at the very end, he got to go in and play, and he was like the best player, and he ruled or whatever. He was just awesome. So I thought, all right, I'll look up that episode. And I was scrolling through here, just reading them. I scrolled down, and that episode is actually the 55th episode. Like, what are the odds of that? So Steph Curry gets his MVP trophy on 5-5, and then this Steve Urkel, it's not Stefan though, but Steve Urkel, who is Stefan, he makes the team or whatever, and I don't even know. It's just craziness on the 55th episode, and I discovered this on May 5th. Like, what are the odds of that? Also, look at the day that it was released. November 8th, 11/8. I mean, 88, 1991. Like, the mirrors in itself, 19 and 91, and then 11/8. I mean, come on. And the team that they play on is the Vanderbilt Muskrats. The word Muskrats actually adds to 122, just like Golden State and San Francisco and everything else. It's really funny here. It's just like Space Jam. All of the players get hurt, and then Steve has to go in, and then he's awesome, like I said. But look at the teams here. Steve's on the red team, like the Bulls, and then the other team they're playing, they're blue and yellow, just like the Golden State Warriors. He even has a W on his letter jacket here. If this ad will get out of the way, it's a W. I mean, come on. Another funny thing is, so this is actually Willow Glen and then Vanderbilt. So W-V. W is 23, V is 22. So that's 45. And I can't get a good look at this because this stupid ad keeps popping up. But Steve is actually number 00. I don't know if you've seen that. He's infinity. That's his number. And even better here, it is the Willow Glen Warriors. Look up here on the wall. Muskrats Warriors. I mean, come on. So it's the Bulls and the Warriors. But it is somewhat reversed because Urkel plays for the Bulls and Stefan plays for the Warriors. So kind of confusing, but I mean, it's totally there. Like, what are the odds of this happening? Well, anyway, my computer keeps freezing up on that video. Basically, Urkel comes in and he wins the game on a buzzer beater. They actually win by 74-73, which is kind of interesting, but it doesn't really make sense with 55 stuff. But really crazy that it's the Warriors. It's basically the Warriors versus the Bulls, and the Bulls win on buzzer beater. So I don't know. And I mean, it's even funnier that Family Matters takes place in Chicago, and then they're the red team, or Urkel's on the red team, which is the Bulls. Anyway, I'm just going to end it there. My computer's freezing up really bad. I need to restart it. If I can connect these two videos, I will. If my iMovie will work properly. If not, I'm just going to make two parts because I got a few more things to talk about. So anyway, have a good night.